All right, people, let's get right into this NFL Week 16 picks. As we head into the final stretch of the season, starting off with tomorrow's game, Jacksonville heading to the New York Jets, Thursday Night Football. Jaguars with a win, overtime win over Dallas, 40-34. Jets with the loss, if I'm not mistaken. To Detroit. Picked that one right. This is what we do. Picked Jacksonville to be in a close game, but didn't think they'd win that one. So, Jacksonville Jets. I'm taking Jacksonville here with the win over the New York Jets. Heading into Saturday, December 24th, which is where most of these games will be played Saturday. Starting off with the 1 o'clock games, Atlanta heading to Baltimore for a 1 o'clock matchup. Battle of running game versus running game. I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be playing. Desmond Ridder heading on the road in Baltimore. It's going to be tough to pull this one out, but I'm picking Atlanta to pull off the win here. Detroit versus Carolina. Detroit is 7-7. Carolina comes off of a loss versus Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Detroit in this one. I think they keep rolling. Start out 1-6, and now they're like 6-1 now since that. So give me Detroit to win. Buffalo on the road versus Chicago. Buffalo won last Saturday versus the Dolphins. Saturday Night Football, and I think they do that here in Chicago. Justin Fields, is a one-man army here. I like Buffalo on the road. New Orleans going to Cleveland for a road matchup. Saints with the win over Atlanta. They swept Atlanta. Cleveland versus Cleveland with a win over the Baltimore Ravens. So that was one we were wrong on. I do like Cleveland here to win. I think I don't see the Red Rifle going back to Cleveland and pulling off magic. Seattle versus Kansas City. Seattle lost last Thursday night. Kansas City with the win in overtime versus Houston. I think this will be a close ball game. It's really going to be up to Seattle's defense to keep them in this game. If the Seahawks get Kenneth Walker back, that'd be huge for them. That'd be huge for me. Get him back in fantasy. Especially now we're in the playoffs. I'm picking the Chiefs here again just because they put so much pressure on your offense to keep up with them. They didn't play as well last weekend versus the Texans, but still found a way to win. So I do like the Chiefs again. See if they can take that. They're in the race. It's a race for that 1 seed between Buffalo, the Chiefs, and Bengals. So should be an interesting stretch. Heading into the next matchup. New York Giants versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Giants with a win on Sunday Night Football over the Commanders. Minnesota with a... Who the hell did Minnesota play? Oh, yeah. With that insane 33-0 comeback at half to make the largest comeback in NFL history. Another Matt Ryan choke job. Unreal. So, Giants, Minnesota. 2 potential playoff teams. Minnesota for sure. The Giants are hanging right in there. Just from what I've seen, man, the Giants offense just... They're not it, man. They're really not. I like Minnesota here. Kirk Cousins was slinging it. Justin Jefferson. I mean, nah. Give me Minnesota. Cincinnati versus New England. Cincinnati comes off of, I want to say they won last week. I don't even remember who. Oh, the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. 17-3, they're down a half. And then 4 consecutive turnovers by the Bucks. And the Bengals just took control. They took control. New England with that ridiculous touchdown, lateral play. I tell you, man, the NFL is kind of... Anyone else really think this shit's real half the time? I mean, the Colts and Vikings with the 33-0 blown lead. Then Sunday, Raiders-Patriots with that last play. Come on. And then Washington versus the Giants, that fucking pass interference that wasn't called on the Giants when Curtis Samuel couldn't even get his arms up to attempt to catch the ball, and they just let it play. And the play right before, Terry McLaurin was supposedly offsides or whatever, even though he just talked to the ref, and the ref said, yeah, you're cool, you're on the line of scrimmage. If you guys don't think this shit is shady, then y'all need to get your eyes checked. I'm just saying. Let's get back to the game. Cincinnati versus New England. I'm taking Cincinnati here. They've been rolling. They have been rolling second half of the season. I really think they are, honestly, one of the top teams in the league. Burrow's been playing great. The Patriots, for them to win this game, they're going to need to run that ball and play great defense. And, you know, I'm taking the Bengals. Houston going to Tennessee for a division matchup. Houston's been playing some really close games. Tennessee, not so much. So guess who I'm picking here? Give me Houston to shock and upset the Tennessee Titans. And really, they might allow the Giants to sneak right into win that division, possibly get in the playoffs for the first time since 2017. So that's it for the 1 o'clock games on Saturday. Let's get to the 4 o'clock games. Washington versus San Francisco, a matchup of two playoff teams. San Fran's defense is nasty. Brock Purdy's playing pretty solid. We all need to slow down, though, the hype. Just slow down. Washington, I don't even know why Ron Rivera would say this, but he says if this team doesn't start playing better, they're going to go back to Carson Wentz. That is the most ridiculous thing you could do right now is go to Carson Wentz. Give me the Niners. I think Washington hangs in. You know, Taylor Heineke, he's not going to kill them, but I don't think he's going to really scare that defense. But I think Washington will hang in. Give me San Fran. 4:25 game. One of the biggest games of the week. Philadelphia versus Dallas. Big game for Philly. If they win the division, and they secure home field. Dallas needs to win this just to even pray, to even have a chance at this division. They're saying Jalen Hurts suffered a shoulder injury, AC joint, but he kept playing in that game, so I'm not sure what's up with that. So let's assume Gardner Minshew is in here. All right, I mean, he's not bad. He can sling it, and he's got weapons. Still got that line. And honestly, Dak throwing 2 picks a game. Even if Jalen Hurts isn't playing, I'm still picking Philadelphia here. Just from what I've seen. I feel like Dallas they're frauds. They're frauds every year. I'm just saying. Philadelphia will sweep Dallas. Las Vegas Raiders heading to Pittsburgh Saturday night, Christmas Eve football. Before today, I was really leading Raiders, but then some unfortunate news came out that Franco Harris has passed away. And, you know, if you don't really know anything about the Immaculate Reception, then you don't really know football, to be honest with you. They were literally going to retire and honor his number Saturday. That's what this game was all about. So the timing is just so surreal. Really sad news, and I think just because of that, we are going to go with you, boy. We are going with Pittsburgh. I feel like they're going to play for something different now Saturday. You know, forget the game. Just win it for him now. You know, this was devoted to him. They're going to honor his number at halftime. You know, the immaculate reception, all of that. You know, I liked the Raiders to win this game before, just because I feel like Devontae Adams is going to give us problems. Darren Waller's back, and we've had problems stopping the run. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders have a pretty decent run off. They just have good offense, but Derek Carr holds them back sometimes. So it's gonna be super cold. I don't know if Pickett's gonna be back. We can assume he will be, but I like you boys. I like your boy to come back and get another win, and let's push to 7-8. Moving on to Sunday, Christmas Day football. Starting off with the 1 o'clock game, Green Bay versus Minnesota. Okay, this is a pretty interesting matchup. Green Bay with a pretty big win for them on Monday night. They needed this one to hang in the playoffs. Miami with a pretty close loss on the road in Buffalo Saturday night. So we're going to Miami for some nice warm weather on Christmas. I'm going to go with Miami. You know, I know that's the favorite, but to be honest with you, I don't know, man. Unless Aaron Jones has a big day, I just feel like Green Bay is going to need to keep this ball on the ground and keep the ball out of Tua and the Dolphins' hands. I don't know. I'll like Miami, though. I just do here. 4 o'clock game, 4:30. Denver versus Los Angeles. I'm going to assume that's the Rams. Oh, don't tell me that's the Rams. It has to be. There's Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Rams, and the Chargers play Monday night. Oh, that is a terrible game. So Denver versus LA Rams. Oh, this is terrible. This has put me to sleep just thinking about it, just talking about it. So Denver with a win last week. Rams with a loss Monday night. God, this is going to be a terrible game. I'm picking the Broncos just because I like their defense more than the Rams' defense. And I like Russell Wilson more than Baker. There's not much to say there. This game's going to suck. Sunday night football. Oh, gosh. What? They got to switch this shit around, dude. Come on. Tampa Bay versus Arizona Cardinals. Tampa Bay with the loss last week. Ugly game for them. Arizona versus Denver. Arizona lost. Colt McCoy's in there. I'm gonna pick the Bucs because if they don't win this, then they shouldn't even be in the playoffs. I'm picking the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs just because the Cardinals suck. They just suck more. Give me the Bucs. Final game of the week. Los Angeles Chargers heading to Indianapolis. This is a must-win for both teams. The Colts are still hanging in the playoffs by thread just because they could win that division possibly. Chargers need this win to hang in the playoffs and secure that 6th seed. I mean, this win doesn't secure it, but you know they're trying to hang in there. I'm taking the Chargers. You know, I had a lot of questions about how the Colts would score points last week, and they scored a lot of points. But the Chargers, I feel like, you know, Herbert, Keenan Allen's been back, Mike Williams has been back, Eckler's been there. You know, can they get Bosa back? Can the Chargers, you know, can they win this game and not joke? They won a lot of close ones last week. They came off a close win versus Tennessee. You know, Herbert threw 2 picks. Didn't play so good. Give me the Chargers here by 2 scores. So, because Jonathan Taylor's out for the season, and Matt Ryan's not even playing. It's Nick Foles. So maybe he can pull out some magic. But that will do it for Week 16. Your boy's out. And happy holidays to y'all, and hopefully everyone has a good week. And yeah, hopefully Pittsburgh wins just for Franco Harris. After that, man, that's tragic. We out.